working now. Okay, I see it live on. All right, Twitch is live. Looks like YouTube's live. Periscope is live. So weird.
Right.
Alrighty. I wonder if it shows up on Twitter as someone who's streaming or if I have to. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I wonder. Let me try going to your Twitter and seeing
Yeah, it's under,
if it shows.
like it tweeted me out. So I wonder if I can configure that through Restream so I don't.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Over.
I see
So,
it.
yeah.
Uh, nice.
Hey, Ben. All
Hey,
right.
hey.
Let's see here. I don't have my chat open. One sec.
Oh, Restream. So is it free?
It's free for a couple and has some limitations. I'm trying out the paid version. I think
Okay.
the free one's like up to 2 streams, and the paid one's like 5 or 10 or something.
Oh, cool.
All right. My chat's up. Okay, I'm gonna dive in so we can just kind of get into this.
Okay.
So Joe, you just bought Alfred, the power pack bundle, right?
Yep.
Um, so I want to show something I think will interest you the most versus like walking
Okay.
through all the different power or all the different workflows you can just download. I want to show you how to make your own because you're a developer. And the end goal here is I
hmm
want you to imagine. I want to cover up your face. Um, I want you to imagine that someone sent you a link to some new hot repo.
Okay.
Um, let's say what's how to get to recoil easily.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I think it's Facebook experimental.
yeah, there we go. So someone sends you a link to this,
Okay.
and like I want to clone this. So Alfred is powerful enough that it can detect like the foremost window open in Chrome, and I can
Hmm.
type in a clone command. And I built that to launch the terminal,
hmm
clone the repo. I actually probably already did this, so it may have failed since it was existing. I'll just pick a different one. We'll pick Eden. I don't know what Eden is. Hit clone there.
Oh,
So
Eden.
it's
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just going to start cloning this repo.
Okay.
Um, hopefully it's not multiple gigabytes of stuff.
Oh, wow.
um, and then once it's done, it automatically opens code and pops open the Eden folder. Based on
Whoa.
so based on the fact that I was open to a GitHub repo, I launched
Yeah.
Alfred. I said clone, and it did like all that stuff for me, right?
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
so like that's the sort of thing as developers you can find those sorts of things uh, and work them out.
hmm
So yeah, just stop me if you have questions. Uh,
Yeah.
the work,
It's,
yeah,
I was going to say, like, it was just, it's amazing that it can, like, that's such a simple thing that we do so often, and
yeah,
being able to just jump in and clone it and open up code. I mean, that saves like 3, 4, 5 steps.
yeah. A similar one I have is I call it template,
hmm
and I have a couple templates where if I just select one of these, like hit vanilla and name it lessons with Joe, um, that will run a bash command passing in lessons with Joe, which then can create my vanilla project from a GitHub repo, launch it, and um, See, there's the new repo it pushed it to GitHub.
Oh wow, it already. Yeah.
Um, and it's npm installing everything, and then it'll launch that in code and open a browser window already pointing to the proper URL. Um, and so there you go.
That's
So
fantastic.
so now I'm working on a project called Lessons with Joe. That's pretty small, but and
Okay.
if I make changes here, it's hello Joe.
Wow.
Um, and that's ready to go. Um, like up on GitHub, I can just start committing and pushing to that.
Wow.
So yeah,
That alone.
yeah. Those sorts of things are the things we can do. So what I want to show here is um, the one we'll build
Okay.
is called Dad Joke. And what Dad Joke is going to allow me to do is anywhere I type, I'm just going to type Dad Joke in here. I'm going to type Dad Joke and then comma comma is my snippet ender,
Okay.
and then it's going to go and fetch a Dad Joke from an API, and then put the dad joke out there. What kind of dinosaur loves to sleep? Stegosaurus. And then Dad Joke. Whoops. If I can type J on a keyboard, comma comma. I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now. Um, so that's what this script is. We're going to build.
Okay. Let's do it.
So I'll just go ahead and delete this one. And
And so like that snippet, the dad joke, you could use that in any application, not just the like Chrome, right?
right, yeah, the end result is it tells it to copy to the clipboard and paste where the cursor currently is.
Got it. Okay.
So you could think anywhere my cursor is a possibility for Alfred to paste text there.
Okay.
I have one called, I use this one a lot,
Mhm.
that does name. I do comma comma, and it's a project name generator.
Mm.
So it'll do a 2-word alliterative project name,
Oh,
Rye Wave. If I'm not feeling creative or whatever. Um, so
that's handy.
yeah, these are all ones I built myself versus like
Okay.
just showing you some of the standard options.
Hmm.
So the way we'll start with Dad Joke is when you open the Alfred preferences, and you can get to that just by typing in Alfred show preferences, and you go into your workflows. We'll
Hmm.
start with a blank workflow. The examples are great. I definitely look through those, but the process we're going through is blank.
Okay.
We're going to call it Dad Joke. Doesn't really matter. Bundle ID is just a unique identifier in case you want to share it with anyone else. I'm not really familiar
Hmm.
with sharing workflows and whatnot, but if you want descriptions and categories and icons, then you can drag those in there. I don't have anything set up. Well, I could like let me do an image search for Dad Joke and see what turns up.
Mm.
Um,
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can
if you want to
keep
try,
up with you and do
yeah,
this
sure.
at the same time.
Yeah, I think you should be able to. No problem.
Okay.
Um, comic. Let's see. We'll do Dad clip art. Stick figure. That'll work.
Let's see
Face
if I can
maybe.
find a nice dad joke photo as well.
This based on who I am, and yeah, that one's gonna work for me. All right. So the you can think of this over here as an environment for where you can store scripts, data, or whatever. As if
Okay.
you're setting up like a Python virtual environment or your Node environment or like whatever. It's just a folder that contains everything.
Okay.
And because we're developers, you want to right click on that and open in terminal.
Mhm.
And this will take you to this folder that has the unique key of, I don't know, It's just where it is.
Whoa. Okay.
Um, and I'm going to open code in this directory.
Okay.
And you can see it already. Let's see, window management is going to be fun here. So we already have the icon in there that it dropped in that folder, and everything we put in here is just going to be accessible. I'll show you where later on. Essentially, what we want to do
Hmm.
is just create any sort of node project. Index.js. I'll console log out hi Joe. And this is Alfred can run this and then read what's printed out to the console.
Mm.
So based on how you want to access that script, you'll pick a trigger.
Okay.
So a hotkey can be any like keyboard command you want.
Okay.
Remote is something with like if you want your iPhone, you can have your iPhone like control your computer through this sort of stuff.
Whoa. Okay.
It's like a $5 app, but
Eh.
I've never used external. I don't know what that is,
Okay.
and I haven't used file or contact. Well, yeah, I haven't done those ones. I'll do it
Okay.
there. But for now we'll use snippet. The most common one is keyword. So keyword
Oh, okay.
means keyword is like this one. So hey Will, what's up? So that one's keyword.
Okay.
I'm going to do the one where I type something somewhere, but you can pick whichever. You can have multiple ones. So if I did snippet, so dad joke, and my suffix is comma comma, you can pick whichever one you want for your own workflow. But I can also pick an input of keyword of dad joke.
Okay.
And I'm going to ignore the space because I'm not going to pass in any parameters. These two can both link to like the next step, the next thing.
Okay.
And that next thing, here's our like most important part is the action of run script. Is basically like all of these are fairly decent, like browse in Alfred, open URL, like those are fairly standard sort of
Hmm.
things you might want to do. But run script is because we're developers. This is where the
Mm.
power is. I don't know if I can make this font any bigger. But the script I'm going to put in there is if you ever changed your bash RC or ZSHRC file,
Hmm.
you're going to first want to source that so that it brings in all the environment variables. Otherwise,
Oh.
otherwise it won't be able to access node, and you'd have to do like an absolute path to node.
Okay.
So that's step one. Step two is node index.js. And I would think you should change it to bash or ZSH, but because like this is all we're doing, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't honestly know all the differences between bash and ZSH off the
Okay.
top of my head, but like that's all we did. And now we're like saying, okay, Alfred, go do some JavaScript stuff for me.
Okay, so this is running. So we're just saying node index.js because this is running in that folder that we've opened up in code.
Yes.
So, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that index.js is grabbing whatever like those file paths and stuff are going to operate inside of this folder.
Gotcha.
So that's so when you think of these over here, all of these
Yeah.
have a folder with files in it and scripts in it.
Okay.
So we can hook anything we want, any of these inputs up to that
Hmm.
script. And right
Oh.
away, if you want to click that bug up there for the debugger, we should be able to, since we did a keyword, I
Hmm.
can do, let's see, I got to give this a title, dad joke. So if I do dad joke, so I didn't have a title, so it was blank, and I hit enter.
Okay.
Must have had argument required checked with space. no argument.
Oh,
So there you go, no
okay.
argument. And we'll do that one more time. Dad joke,
No argument. Okay.
hit enter. And you'll see that it tries to run the script and that it didn't take that console log and put it anywhere, but you'll see that it at least tried.
Oh, okay.
Then
Cool.
the endpoint is just going to be where is it? Or outputs is copy to clipboard,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also going to click automatically paste to frontmost app, and then I can just leave this as what it is. The query is going to take in the result of the previous box, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So I'll hit save there.
Mm-hmm.
Console log will then copy to the clipboard and paste it.
Okay.
You may actually be able to do that from your Node script using some sort of copy paste
Mm.
library. But I haven't tried that. I assume it'll work. But now let's say I'm going to have my cursor. Well, that might not work.
Hmm.
Let's do right here. If I try dad joke, comma, comma,
Okay.
you can see it output hi Joe.
Okay.
So this was from Alfred.
Whoa. Okay.
So
That's wild.
yeah, and you can see that debugging in here, that it did that copy to clipboard and paste and everything. So, and I could also do that. So say I'm right here and I didn't want to use a snippet. I used the this form, just hit enter, and
Mm-hmm.
then it should. Let's see, not paste it in. I'm not sure how like the focus works in this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Passing output, copy to clipboard. Maybe I can like, sometimes I force it with dispatch key combo
Mm.
and command V. We'll see how that works.
Okay. Key
And
combo. Got
dad
it.
joke.
So.
Oh, then it ran twice. Interesting.
Mm.
I wonder if there's some focus thing with VS Code and trying to run it this way.
Oh, maybe there is. So, okay. So wait. So just to back up. So
Yeah.
so in the very beginning of that workflow, you had to like icons, or I don't know what you call these, like blocks.
Yeah.
It's,
What do they call them? I don't know. Yeah. Blocks, whatever.
so the second block, that keyword, is that the like global keyword where you type dad joke anywhere? Or is
Uh,
that the snippet one?
the keyword is I think it's just something you can add. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the keyword is one of the input types,
Okay.
meaning that it's going to show up when you fire Alfred and you type something. It'll show up in the list.
Okay.
If I delete that and try and fire up dad joke, then that doesn't show up anymore. Like I'd have to use
Got
the snippet way. But because we have
Okay.
both of those, we can invoke it from either one. Usually I only have one,
Mm-hmm.
but it just kind of shows that all of these things can operate together in whatever way.
Okay.
And always think of these as like inputs triggers, like left to right inputs triggers, like operations and scripts in the middle, and then some sort of output on the end. I for me the copy to clipboard is a common one because I usually want it to like output something. I doubt that's too common for other workflows. Um, there's other ones like post notification. Um, I don't think we need a title. We'll try like this query param is essentially the thing that came from um, the previous. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen, right? Or are you watching from the
Uh,
stream?
I
I was
was
gonna ask
watching
that.
through Twitch,
Okay,
but
and
if
that
you
looks
wanted to
fine. I
share,
didn't. I just realized I didn't share the screen on Zoom.
that's okay.
Um, we're good though.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Keenadem. Let's go here. This may, I think it'll only post a notification on my main monitor, which is the monitor to my left. But
Okay,
I'll
let's
try
see
it.
if it
I'll try it
works.
anyway. Um, passing
So,
output. Hi Joe. To post notification.
so when
Yeah.
I go to add a snippet, it says snippet auto expansion is disabled in feature snippets. This is required to use a snippet trigger.
When you go to add a snippet. Oh yeah. Go
Wonder.
into I think it's in features.
Oh, there we go.
Features
Okay.
snippets. Um, and automatically expand snippets by keyword. I think that may need to be enabled for. Um,
Okay. Oh, here we go. Snippets. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I had to go to features, snippets, automatically expands by keyword.
yeah,
Oh, and then it needs permissions. Okay.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Um,
Cool, cool. Got that. Okay.
all right,
Sweet.
and let's see. All right, back to the workflow. All right,
Okay.
that is. Let's see. Is that posting? I don't see that
So did the
post.
notification work or?
Uh, it is not working. Save. It says it's passing output hi Joe to post notification, which should be, and this is nice. You can like click on these little things to like debug, and
Oh, yeah.
it'll show you and highlight where it came from.
Okay.
Um, but and you can also have like multiple outputs, so we can try large type.
Okay.
Yeah, unique. They're in a unique identifier copy to clipboard. We could do that on stream. That'd be fairly simple. Um, let me see if this one works. Dad joke.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Large type.
that like filled up my entire other screen.
Oh, it did?
Um,
Okay.
yeah. But that my other screen is my main monitor, so I assume all the notifications and stuff go there.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, let's start with that one. That one will be easier since it'll be a local. Um, let's go back to outputs, copy to clipboard, and automatically paste. I don't know what mark item as transient clipboard means. Make data transient so it doesn't show up in clipboard history
Oh,
items. Oh, okay. I guess that's
interesting.
yeah, something I never thought of. Um, yeah, so with this setup, um, all we have to think about is what are we going to log out from our console? Like
Mhm.
now all of our work is inside of this
The script.
yeah, inside of the script. So if I come in here and I think the npm library, there's actually an npm search npm packages.
Mm.
So UUID, I think that's the one, right? We'll try that one, npm I UUID. And it looks like I'm just copying this from whatever.
Mm.
Um, and then we'll just console log.
Oh, nice.
Console log
Okay.
it.
Oh, wow.
All right. And then it should be as easy as it's still called dad joke.
Okay.
There we go. UUID just pasted in the browser. Oh yeah, Darren. Oh, you run node to generate them. Yeah. Um, but
Wait, how did that work?
did you
There's
see that
no
happen?
like package JSON. There's no like.
Oh yeah, I didn't npm init. That's probably
Okay, okay, I missed
um,
that. Okay.
I didn't do that. I did install the library.
Oh,
Um,
got it. Okay.
but yeah, but yeah, I installed that. Everything's just in that folder. Yeah,
Okay.
let's name. That'll be a good one to have. I'm gonna duplicate this. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna call this UUID. I'm gonna call this com UID. Save. Um, and
Bundle. Okay.
I will probably always do it this way.
Hmm.
UID. Save. And yeah. So now in
Oh, okay. I missed that part. I just caught up. So in your snippet, you added the keyword, and then in the second field, you added a suffix, and that's your
oh
comma
yeah
comma.
yeah yeah
Okay.
suffix is comma comma. You can pick whatever suffix or prefix you want. Um,
Okay.
if you have a prefix and a suffix, then I have to pick two characters that like I'm never going to type comma comma unless I'm
Yeah.
doing
Right.
this.
Right.
Um, so yeah, thanks, Darren. That's an excellent idea. Now I have
UUID
anywhere
generator.
UUID comma comma boom.
Hmm.
Um, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, essentially like this is way more useful than dad joke, but we'll go we'll go back to dad joke here. Um, let me make sure. Let's see. I think that duplicated the folder, and we're still in the old folder.
Mm,
Um, so let's go back to our dad joke one. I'm gonna add node fetch to do this.
okay.
Um, could you as well take the console output from something like npx and copy as a clipboard? Yeah, and
Mm,
any command, anything that will log out to the console um,
hmm.
can be standard out to the clipboard. So, um,
Oh, okay.
um, yeah, should have fetch now. Um,
So that's kind of the approach we're going to take. We're going to fetch from the API and
yeah,
then log the response to the console, and then Alfred will pick it up.
yeah. Like essentially everything else from
Okay.
here is JavaScript.
Okay.
Like there's nothing. I was just going to do create an async function
Hmm.
um, and then just call go and do some stuff in here to fetch from the API.
Okay.
Um, and what is it? Has dad joke, I think is the API. Um,
Oh, I
this
hope
one.
the stream didn't stop on Twitch right now. I'm seeing there's a network error. Please try again, but maybe it'll come back.
Mine seems fine.
Okay. Cool.
Um, so we can ping this.
Okay.
And I just pasted that in the Twitch chat.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Thanks,
I
Will.
just refreshed the page. We're good.
So yeah, we're just gonna fetch and just set the headers to. I think it defaults to text.
Okay.
So we'll set the headers to JSON. Oops. Slash JSON. Then we can await this, get this as a response. The result can be response.json. Oops.
Sweet.
And then console log. It has a property called joke on it.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing fancy there.
Hmm.
Let me make sure that it's working. Like at any time, you can test this out by running Let's see, what did I not do? Await is only valid in async function.
Hmm.
I must have done a. There we go. Clear that out. All right, there you go. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Sweet. Um, so you can think of like any application you have in Node that will log
Hmm.
things out. You can just copy and paste it into one of these folders, and you can like
Wow.
yeah, just wrap it around. Like uh, whether it's like a scaffolding thing, like a create React app, where you just want it to like
Yeah.
generate some files, or do some weird Git things, or I don't know what. You have the world is your oyster sort of approach. Um, so now that this is set up, I can. You don't have to refresh anything in Alfred. I can just type
Hmm.
dad joke, and this will pull from that, because you can think, oh, this is just going to run node index inside of this folder. Like that's
Hmm.
all it's doing. So how does the moon cut its hair? Eclipse it. Perfect.
Oh, it's so weird that you're like it's like you're writing the snippet or the command in the index.js that it's running,
Yeah.
but
It's
like it
meta.
doesn't run. Like it doesn't like Node would throw an error, right, if it saw that. So
Right.
it's
Yeah. It's kind of like the next thing I want to write is console log result joke. So I could do like console log uh, this, and then do dad joke. Oh, whoops. I didn't hit save. That's what happened.
okay, okay.
And then do that. So I could think ahead. What's up, Chris? Um,
Oh, that's cool.
so yeah, that's all. That's really all it is. Um,
So you could write it in any language then. I mean, theoretically.
yeah, anything that can be invoked from your terminal. Like
Okay.
that's uh, I work in like Node has such a wide variety of packages from npm to just do.
Hmm.
Like if you look at all the utility packages, like I
Yeah.
love my project name generator because I do a lot of small things. I love
Hmm.
that Darren recommended unique ID one.
Hmm.
Um, like all that stuff, I can use it anywhere. Like whether I'm on writing
Yeah.
a gist or in Slack or anything, um, this would all work. Um,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and let's see. That's pretty much. Let me look at my other workflows and see.
Yeah, I'm curious, like what else, so now you've kind of showed that it's pretty straightforward, if you know JavaScript, for example, or
Yeah.
you can write some Node scripts and you can use those. So like what other ones have you created that might be a little bit more complex? Maybe you could just show those off.
Let's see.
Or, one that you're proud of, like, took some time and had to
Yeah, I
figure some
like.
things out.
Um, so the funny thing for mine is a lot of them.
Hmm.
Like you'll see scripts from other people will look like
Hmm.
that's not that complicated. Um, that's not that complicated either. You'll see some stuff that'll look like all these connections and variables and all this sort of stuff. Um, but like we don't have to think that way because while
Yeah.
this is offering like
Oh,
what's that called, the blocks language of code, starts schema, no,
the,
it's an S word.
yeah, probably schema. That's the one that comes to
Is
mind.
it okay? Yeah, like it's trying to offer that up for you, but we don't need that.
Oh, wow.
We don't need that like to do all this stuff. There is one I'll get to, but um,
Yeah.
here's a cool one. So um, sample. If I
Hmm.
type, if I go to YouTube and
Yeah.
open a video, it's
Yeah.
going to download the currently focused video and extract the MP3, and
Mm.
extract the video as an MP3. Um, now, what does that look like in in Alfred? It's just again sourcing, so I have access to my environment variables and my scripts,
Okay.
and then I have a sample script inside of my ZSH file.
Okay.
Um, I actually I edit my ZSH file enough that I set up uh, a something to like open it up quickly. So just from anywhere. Um,
Wow.
and so in sample,
Yeah.
I have uh, it goes to my samples directory. It
Okay.
uses the YouTube download. Like if anyone wants to download YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
this is the command to do it. Um, and then this backslash means it's just a new line. So it's going to get the current Chrome URL, and
Mm.
that's this command here using OSAScript.
Okay.
Um, OSAScript and AppleScript are languages I know from copying and pasting things from Stack Overflow. I don't know
Okay.
if I don't know if it's actually possible to understand. Um, like it tries to be as English as possible. Um, yeah, Ben, I
Wow.
use the MP3 stripping all the time. It's great. Um,
Yeah.
so I could probably like let
Oh, okay.
me let's see what's the easiest way to share this code block. I'll just create a gist. Oh, that's what I need. Right, that's what I need is
Yeah.
take the currently selected text and create a gist from that. Like that's an Alfred workflow
That that would be genius.
that I could do. Because
Yeah.
GitHub has an API, right?
Yeah. That
Um,
GitHub just.
there you go.
Yeah, there should be, right?
That's your homework, Joe. Okay.
Oh man, to go make that
Current,
and then
currently
show
sele-
you.
currently selected text. Uh, yeah, I know I've made this before through the API.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
Here, if anyone in chat wants, um,
Yeah, that's
that's what I currently have selected. Um,
hmm.
so because OSAScript, I think it's like a variant of AppleScript,
Hmm.
can access currently focused applications. Um, make a thing in Carbon and generate a tweet from it. Include, yeah, that sounds like Chris.
Whoa.
Uh, yeah, this can access uh, like certain things that your applications expose.
Okay.
So Chrome exposes the URL of the active tab is something that it can do. I've seen people use it for some window resizing. I think some
Okay.
I think a lot of the window resizing apps are built around OSAScript and AppleScript. Um, but it gets kind of weird based on the different windows there are. But anyway, so
Yeah.
this is a syntax in ZSH to invoke this function, and then like
Okay.
um, it kind of cast it as a string to be passed into this,
Mm.
and then it opens this directory. So I do a pipeline to render code blocks from MDX and tweet them. Then yeah, see,
No way. That's
um,
wow.
pretty sure I can try this. YouTube, what's a song I can get? Uh,
Mm.
we'll do Massive Attack, Teardrop, sure. Something I listened to recently.
Mm.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
so I just hit my sample command. I can close that out. Um, and hopefully that's running in the background. Sometimes because YouTube download is something that updates all the time.
Yeah.
So this window popped open. Um, and there's the MP3 of Massive Attack.
Wow. That's
Um,
awesome. So much you could do. This is like now I understand because I had been, I'd been using Alfred and honestly I'd really just been using it so I could like open Alfred and type sleep or like shut down.
yeah.
But now it's like there's so much you could do.
Yeah, I just kind of think of it as like a GUI around the terminal or a GUI around the CLIs,
Mm-hmm.
because you can set up whatever you want and just connect the pieces together. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Um, where does Chromium come from? It's this function here. Yeah, there you go, Chris.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and just typing the word is the way that it executes the function. I know enough ZSH that I have enough examples in my own RC file that that I can copy and paste from other functions I've made, sort of thing. So the clone one is similar. It gets the URL. This is some string parsing,
Okay.
and I'll get the repo and the name. And if you look at this syntax, it's like parse the 19 characters and then parse the last tab, I think is those two things. So
Okay.
then I get clone the repo and open code with name of the repo that came down.
Whoa.
So that was a
Looks
fun.
like PHP.
Yeah, kind of.
A little bit. A little bit.
It's
And
just
a dollar sign.
yeah. They just use dollars for the strings there.
Okay.
Let's see.
What's that 19?
What's on 19?
Or sorry, I'm a little behind.
Oh,
In
this.
your clone function, you
Yeah.
have URL colon 19.
I think if you count the characters https colon slash slash github github.com slash, like,
Oh,
I think that's 19
okay.
characters. So it's stripping out that and turning, and so the rest of it is the repo name.
Got it.
So at least according to my definitions and how I set this up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the rest, like, these are all just functions I made inside of ZSH.
Okay.
But
Wow. So much, so many ideas now. Like this opens up the world of possibilities. Like you
yeah,
said, it's a GUI or like a GUI around the terminal.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to show is something. I don't have like a demo off the top of my head for it, but if you want to do something like open in VS Code
Mm-hmm.
by Vivaxi, if someone could find the link and paste that, this is a great one because I can fire this and it looks in my projects folder, and I can
Mm-hmm.
filter down to the current project I want to work on.
Oh, okay.
So I know there's like project management tools, like there's a project management extension which does this, but this is, yeah, Chris, I cloned Recoil using an Alfred workflow
Mm.
a bit ago. So yeah, this will just filter through all the directories in there, and I set it up,
Wow.
and then once it finds it, you can either browse in the terminal or just launch code. It tells code to open.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, follow the link that Ben posted if you want to.
Okay. Alfred for workflow open in VS Code.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is once you understand like what this is doing, and you realize that like the output of this is going to be like the directory name that's going to go
Mm-hmm.
into here, you can customize other people's workflows that are set up.
Okay.
Like if I wanted that to paste the clipboard, then I could add my own custom, like I could just tack on something else in there, or kind of like fork their workflow.
Mm.
But yeah, but the part I wanted to focus on there is this list is a common, like, generating a list of things to show in Alfred
Mm-hmm.
is something you may run into. I
Okay.
the ones I've needed this for, like I've already found workflows for them that I didn't have to write myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a workflow in mind of like something I would be able to generate a list, but I know like I'll run into that case.
Mm.
So all you have to do for that is, I'm going to comment this all out. If I console log just an array
Mm-hmm.
with objects in it,
Mm-hmm.
so title, we'll go 1, and what are we doing here? I think it's title, subtitle, and arg, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Sub and arg. 1. So this output here, an
Mhm.
array of objects, and the objects have title, subtitle, and arg,
Mhm.
can be hooked into. Let me go back into. I'm in dad joke right now. I'm just going to do this in here because remember I'm in my like dad joke environment,
Yeah.
and that's where this is. Um, and I'm going to set up a completely separate keyword. Let's call this show list
Okay.
with no arguments. Show list and in his natural environment, yeah. And then my action here is going to be it's called a script filter.
Script filter. Okay.
Oh, I guess I got to do the keyword from here. I thought I had to do the
Oh.
keyword from there. Okay, so we can delete this one. Um, so double click on this again. We'll call it show list. And if I remember correctly, I might have got this wrong, but essentially
Mhm.
it's expecting this time instead of expecting your script to return a single variable, it's expecting
Mhm.
the script to return um, an array with objects on it. So
Okay.
if I just do the same thing where I source, so I make sure I have access to ZSHRC
Mhm.
has access to node. Um, and placeholder title, show list, hit save there. And then when I pop up Alfred and type show
Mhm.
list, once I hit enter, um,
Oh.
did that? Let's see. Oh, let's see. JSON error, no string key for value and object character 4 in JSON.
Mm.
No string
So
key for value and object character 4. Does it need a key? Um, key 1.
do you want to share? Sorry, do you want to share Zoom the screen real quick, just because of the lag or there's a little bit of lag on Twitch.
Um, yeah, I was gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes
Okay,
anyway.
cool.
So, um, yeah, sorry, I didn't realize that earlier.
Oh, okay.
Um, what is one title?
No string.
Pretty sure I've done that before.
Hmm.
Is it this one?
Key title, subtitle.
Projects. Does this one have a folder? Open
Let's
Finder.
see.
Um, it's title, subtitle, argument. Um,
Hmm.
and this one still works, right? This was
Let's see, Alfred.
console log. Let's see. Dad joke. Show list. Let me make sure I have all the correct boxes checked.
Mm-hmm.
Projects, no argument, run behavior. That looks fine. Um,
Mm-hmm.
show list, no argument. Um, hmm.
Wonder
Show list,
just
enter.
for anyone else who's following along, I'll throw that in there.
Thanks, Joe. Um, does it need a unique ID? It might need that UID.
Says
Oops, not that one.
hmm,
It might need that.
the UID.
Oh, it actually might need this format.
Mm,
Let's just, I'm going to copy and paste that one.
okay.
Let output and just copy and paste this. I guess it's an object with an items key on it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So there we go. And then console log that. As far as I know, this doesn't have to be JSON, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, here it just says we recommend JSON, but it doesn't say required. So,
where's that?
mhm.
Here, no string key for value and object around character 4. Hmm. Not sure what I'm doing. It's going to connect an output. Maybe it needed an output.
It's not the icon, right? Doesn't That's not required, right?
Not, yeah, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
I have plenty of ones without an icon. Um, no string key for value and object.
Hmm.
ID subtitle autocomplete icon. Yeah, I told you I haven't done this one that much.
Oh yeah, yeah, no
Um,
worries. Definitely something for me to play around with too,
yeah, but
or
like
homework.
um, the general idea is
Hmm.
if you want to use something that's going to read directories on a computer or
Yeah.
do some sort of results based on some query you run and you want to select one of them,
Hmm.
um, and you want that to be on the GUI side, then you would do that through Alfred
Okay.
rather than. Um, so I would say that all of the flags you would use in some sort of CLI
Hmm.
can be brought into like lists and other options inside of your Alfred workflows.
Okay.
And then it can carry those variables along and kind of put them together into the final command. Um,
Mm.
I think I have one that does that. Oh yeah, my from template one does it. Um, so it says, um, oh yeah, and if it's just a couple things
Hmm.
like like this command I have that does template and vanilla and svelte.
Yeah.
Um, I have an icon which matches the arg of plus vanilla and one that matches the arg of plus svelte.
Oh, okay.
Now, what that means is that argument, I'm going to send it into a command variable, and it's
Okay.
going to store that current value inside of the command.
Okay.
And then um, my workflow will hold on to that variable, even though I'm going to do something else next. Um,
Oh,
so if you look at template, and if I
yeah.
pick vanilla, and then I type something like my new playlist or whatever,
Hmm.
you can think I had a previous variable stored in my current um,
Oh, I see.
my current
Okay.
chain, and that's that command variable. And then I think is it here where I put them back together. So then I pull out my arguments as a variable command and a variable name. So these like I want to match those two commands up inside of
Hmm.
my the output for the terminal, and then I'm just telling the terminal to run those two things together. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yeah.
Yes. So the first one is this is essentially um,
Oh, yeah.
these are essentially my two template functions that I have.
Yeah.
So that's saying pick functions from my ZSH file.
Okay.
And then the next step is saying, here's the argument I want to pass into that function.
Mm,
Um, and you could continue on doing that and just, use Alfred as a wrapper around like those steps and flags in a GUI, um,
okay.
and track those. I can try and share this workflow. I'm not sure how to like. I've
Yeah,
never
that'd be
never
cool too.
never bundled one or anything. Export from template version. Semantic versioning is recommended. So that means this is a 1.0. Ship it.
First version.
Yeah. You know what? I
Yeah,
bet.
that'd be helpful to import that and kind of like play around with yours and maybe add on top of it. I feel like that's a good way to learn.
I'm 100% sure that export in this scenario means like
Yeah.
zip that folder and just
Oh, okay.
so like all those folders we've looked at, like all of these are just
Yeah.
environments.
Yeah.
Um, Alfred is just going to parse all those folders.
Gotcha.
So like
Okay.
there's no magic mystery there. Wonder if I can. I'm going to get new. Have you used this yet? The um, repo.new,
Oh yeah. 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 Repo, right? Because it creates a new GitHub repository.
and then we'll do what are we calling this? Our Alfred uh, template workflow. I don't know. Creating repo. Um, where's that one where it just generates with README? Because at a certain point, I can. Is that called template?
Mm.
What did we name that? From template. Uh, from .alfred workflow.
Mm.
There it is. Okay. Does that work? No. Import code. I swear there's a way to do this. Get started by creating a new file. There used to be like
Okay.
a README thing here.
Mm.
README MD and upload files. There we go.
Okay.
This is the modern way of sharing files. Yeah, Darren, thanks for coming. I guess I could actually let me do it this way. I
Yeah.
have let me open my from template. I'll go open terminal
Mm-hmm.
and I have a share command, which just commits and pushes everything in the current folder up onto GitHub.
That's
because
handy, honestly.
because YOLO. Um,
Exactly. I do that all the time.
those are only, let's see. Yeah, so this is everything inside of XML.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so if you want this workflow, you should be able to. Well, it's not bundled though. Can I import a folder? Or let's see.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's probably best if I leave it bundled. I'll share this one.
Okay.
Um, drag files. This file. Yeah, I wonder if the Alfred workflow is a. How come it's not commit changes? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, if you bundle it and give it to me, then is there like an import or
If yeah,
do I
if
just
you
drag it in?
anytime you double click on a .alfred workflow, um, it just automatically
Oh,
imports. Like it's that simple. Um,
beautiful.
alrighty. Chat window. Sweet. There you go. Yeah, for anyone who wants
Sweet.
to see that setup. Um, that is done only using like the default Alfred stuff. There's no like JavaScript or Node in there. Let me share the dad joke one too.
Okay.
Um,
Wow, yeah, okay, I'm opening it right now. That's funny. It says no readme because I just downloaded the file.
yeah,
So if I import,
export.
oh, nice. Okay, now let's try it out
O.O.
from template. Or wait, okay. Oh, I see. Template is the name. So template vanilla test. Oh, nice. Okay.
Do you use the file search on Alfred?
Yeah, occasionally.
Um, I use it all the time for like this upload process. So if I
Oh,
let me do that UUID one. So I'm going to export the UUID, export 1.0. There we go. And then after I have a file, if you do
mhm.
the quote search, then UUID. Did that not? Maybe not indexed it yet. ID. Where'd it go? Export. Name UID. Export.
Okay.
Documents. It should be in there. I don't see it. Anyway, the way I use file search all the time is just I can drag these files from there.
Okay.
Um, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
handy.
there it is. It's right here. Perfect. Commit changes. And there you go. That's all the stuff we worked on stream today. So,
Sweet.
we get any questions? Is that what you expected?
That is not what I expected. I did not know you could run scripts with it. I was just gonna like, someone was saying like, oh, use the clipboard history and like, people gave me a bunch of
No,
things, but yeah, I didn't know you could,
no.
run scripts like this. So that
Yeah,
was super helpful.
cool. It's funny with the I haven't really thought of scenarios where like you can use your iPhone as a remote or any like iOS device as a remote for it. Like what would I
Yeah.
want in what scenario would I want to press a button on my phone to run some weird custom command that I built on my computer sort of thing? Like
Yeah.
cuz I could have my phone I don't know if I think I have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. So I could be
Yeah.
in the house and like turn off a server or something but I don't know.
I know, right?
I like
Start
I
up my laptop and open Netflix or something. Like I'm gonna watch a show or I don't know.
from across the room.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could press buttons on my iPhone and just start like creating repos on GitHub or something.
From your
Just
phone.
make it look like I'm busy.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
all right, cool. Any questions from the chat? Anyone who's watching? That's all I got for today.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much, John. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
super helpful. Now I've got some homework and got to go
yeah,
play around and make a few of these.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, if anyone, Joe, or if anyone in the chat builds something, please let me know. Mention me on Twitter or whatever, and I'd love to see it and talk about it with you. So cool.
Sweet.
See you on later.